What's going on, you guys? I hope this video is finding you happy and healthy. So I just got my booster vaccine. I got the Pfizer vaccine back in December, the first one, and then the second one back in January. So I was due for a booster and I just got it. So I want to document my journey in terms of symptoms for the next 24 hours for you guys to see if there's any difference between the third vaccine versus like the first and second in terms of symptoms. I know that I am in the first group of people to get the booster shot, and like I said, I got the Pfizer one. As of right now, today is September 30th, the Moderna vaccine doesn't have a booster yet, so I don't know when they're going to come out with theirs, but I know that it's going to be soon. And I do know too that the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine are very similar, so I'm assuming that whatever I feel and the symptoms I feel from the Pfizer vaccine, it's going to be very similar to the Moderna vaccine. I was really motivated to get the third shot right now because I work with COVID patients a lot now. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, I am an ICU nurse, but I mainly recover open heart patients right out of the OR into the ICU. And at the beginning of the pandemic, I really didn't work too much with COVID patients. Now I get floated into the COVID unit a lot, at least once a week. So I am taking care of COVID patients a lot. So I was really motivated to get the booster shot right now. I am in like the first group of people to get it, but also IVF is approaching really fast. So I didn't want to have to worry about getting the booster vaccine during IVF or after IVF if I become pregnant. So I really wanted to get it now. And then I thought to myself, maybe I'll just film everything, all my symptoms that I'm going to have in the next 24 hours for you guys. So whatever I feel, I'll turn on the camera. It's noon right now, and we'll just kind of see how I feel for the next 24 hours. I am going to be turning on the camera then, you know, throughout the day today, and then definitely tomorrow. And I'll let you guys know tomorrow how my night went tonight. The lady who gave me the vaccine, she told me that whatever symptoms I felt on the first and second shot, I'll most likely feel on this third shot, but they'll probably be worse, she said. So she said, don't be afraid to take Tylenol, ibuprofen. Don't try to suffer through the symptoms. It's totally safe to take medication to help with the symptoms. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, welcome. I upload 1 to 2 videos a week all about living healthy. So welcome to the family. Subscribe if that interests you. All right, so I strategically planned getting my vaccine right now because Yuma is down for a nap, but I know he's gonna wake up any minute. So I gotta get back to the house and make sure he's not barking and waking up. He is overdue for lunch too. Now it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and he needs to eat. So let's go home and we'll just see what the day brings us, and we'll see how I feel the rest of the day. Okay, I am so surprised the little man's not barking. He's been in his crate for 2 hours now, but I want to show you guys how he wakes up because he is the cutest when I wake him up from his nap. Okay, he's in my room right now, so okay. Hello, Bubs. Did you have a good nap? It's past your lunchtime. I'm still tired. He turned 13 weeks yesterday. He's just the cutest. Okay. Come on, Bubs. We gotta eat some lunch. He's like, no, Mom. I'm tired. Oh, there you go. Okay. Come on. While Yuma's eating his lunch, I just wanted to remind you guys, if you want more information on the COVID vaccines, I did make a couple of videos a while back at the beginning of the year all about the COVID vaccine, why it's safe, why it's effective, and also why you should get the vaccine if you can. So if you haven't seen those videos yet, and if you're interested in more information about the vaccine, I will link those 2 videos down below. And I'm not sure if you guys know this already, but if you did get the Moderna vaccine or the Pfizer vaccine or even the Johnson & Johnson, all those vaccines, their efficacy is good for 6 to 8 months, but after about 8 months, the immunity that they provide for you wears off. So for me, the first Pfizer shot I got at the end of December, and then the second one I got middle of January. That was well over 6 months ago. It's about now 8 months ago, and I really am getting scared that my immunity is not where it should be to protect myself against COVID, especially now that I work with COVID patients a lot more. And then also I kind of just wanted to remind you guys of the fact that the COVID vaccine, and everybody is still sort of on edge about it, but I think it's such a cool vaccine. Like when you get injected with it, the actual vaccine itself only lasts like 8 hours in the body, and then it goes away and you're left with all these cool antibodies to fight this horrible disease. And I just think that's super cool technology, and why aren't we taking advantage of it? So it's just so neat to me. Again, I will link those videos down below if you're interested in more information about the vaccine. But highly recommend that you get the vaccine. And then we'll just see about my symptoms. So far I feel good. We're an hour into this and I don't feel anything yet. I can tell you though, when I got the shot, it's a little bit more painful, like I could feel it going in. The second one, I can tell you, was more painful also. The first one, I didn't even feel it go in, which is very interesting. Most people didn't feel the first one go in. They felt the second one go in, and then this third one that I just got, I'm like, yeah, I felt it a little bit more. It was a little bit more painful, but nothing like excruciating at all. My arm isn't quite sore yet. I got it in the left one this time. Last time I got it in the right, so I was like, I'll just switch it up. I am right-handed. I don't know that that really matters, so yeah, we'll see. Quick update on symptoms. It's 5 p.m., so just a few hours later, and my arm is getting really sore. So I'm holding up the camera with this left arm that I got the shot in, and it's a little bit difficult. So that's interesting because last time, or when I got the second shot, the soreness didn't set in until like, I wanna say 12 hours later, and it's only been 4 hours. The other thing is I'm noticing that I'm a little bit tired, and that's a little bit unusual for this time for me. I'm normally like pretty energized still, but I'm getting tired and I'm getting cold, which were the two main symptoms I had last time after the second shot. Was I was like freezing and I really couldn't get warm, it seemed like. And I was very tired. I like slept 16 hours or something straight. I'm already feeling that, and I didn't feel any of those symptoms after the second shot until like 12 to 16 hours later. And so I just wanted to give you guys an update that I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm feeling it already, which I'm a little nervous for the next day, how I'm gonna feel. Yum was waking up from his nap, so I needed to get him up and get him pottied and think about dinner. I just uploaded my Trader Joe's haul, fall haul. So if you haven't seen that video yet, it of course will be live by the time you're watching this. So I'll link that one down below if you haven't seen that yet. So I was just sitting here uploading that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling a little weird. So turning on the camera, updating you guys, and we'll see what the evening brings and how the night goes. It is obviously the next day, and I'm getting ready to do my workout, which is a good sign. So last night was definitely not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was tired more than usual, and my arm really hurt. That was the two main symptoms. It's just really bad fatigue. Like I went to bed pretty early, like at 9:30 last night, which is not too much off of when I normally go to bed. I normally go to bed 10:30, 11 on my days off. And I woke up a couple times last night just because my arm hurt. Other than the fatigue, I didn't really have any body aches this time. I got a little bit cold, but not like the chills like last time. So overall, this experience was much better than the second shot that I had. After the first shot, I didn't have many symptoms, which is pretty typical. But after the second vaccine, I had a lot of symptoms in terms of lots of fatigue, lots of body aches, chills. I could not get warm, and I slept like 16 hours straight after the second vaccine. This time, really not so much. My symptoms were much milder, just felt a little run down, little bit of chills, like I said, and I think I slept 8-9 hours last night. So just like our typical night, and the most uncomfortable symptoms I had was the arm pain, and it's still a little bit sore today. It literally felt like I got sucker punched in the delt, as well as like I worked out too hard on it. Like it was really hurting to like raise my arm, and I couldn't even have anybody touch it. Like I was trying to massage it out, and it was just, I couldn't even touch it. And then whenever Josh would go near me last night, I was like backing away, like don't touch my arm, don't touch my arm. So that was the main thing, was arm pain. But then I woke up this morning and it was almost all gone. I feel a little bit of soreness today, but not enough to hold me back on my workout. And I'm not gonna do a long workout. It's just gonna be probably like a 10 to 12 minute HIIT session, and then I'll be done. You know, I highly recommend if you guys do get the vaccine, especially like after the second or third one, and you're feeling run down the next day, don't do a workout, listen to your body. If you wanna do a small workout, sure, but just really listen to your body. I'm a big advocate of listening to your body in general, but especially after the vaccine, because what your body is doing, now the reason why you're having all these symptoms is because your body's immune system is building itself up to fight COVID if it ever comes into contact with the actual virus. And so, you know, the symptoms that we feel after having the vaccine is kind of mimicking the symptoms that you would feel having COVID itself, but just like over a 12-hour period, which is so much better than having COVID for 2, 3, 4 weeks, months straight. So all in all, much better experience after the third vaccine. Of course, please get the COVID vaccine if you can. There are a few exceptions of why people can't get the vaccine. You know, Guillain-Barré syndrome is a big one. And then if you're severely immunocompromised, then I don't think doctors recommend you get the vaccine. On the other hand, if you are immunocompromised, you're at more risk of getting COVID and COVID taking over your body and that resulting in death. What I can tell you is this pandemic is turning into a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Everybody in our COVID ICU right now is unvaccinated, and that's been the case for many months now. There are a few exceptions. Sometimes on very rare occasions, patients come into our COVID ICU already vaccinated and they get COVID, but they're not there for COVID per se. They're there for other reasons. Like I had a patient with liver failure, so she was actually dying of liver failure. She wasn't dying of COVID. COVID wasn't taking over her body. She was on room air. She wasn't on any oxygen. Her lungs were fine. Luckily, she did get the COVID vaccine. Otherwise, she probably would have been gone already. But she was there for liver failure. Another patient I had that ended up testing positive for COVID, even though she was vaccinated. She was there because of cancer, and she had breast cancer that had metastasized. So that was taking over her body, not COVID. We had her in our COVID ICU because she tested positive. We didn't want her in the other ICUs because of that positive COVID test, but she wasn't there for COVID. She was there for other reasons. So that's kind of what I wanted to point out to you guys with getting the vaccine. Yes, it is possible to get COVID if you're vaccinated, but the chances of COVID killing you, extremely rare. You can choose not to get the vaccine, but if you don't get the vaccine, your chances of getting COVID are really high, especially with these new variants. So I just wouldn't chance it if I were you. I would get it. You know, these symptoms that we get after the vaccine, they just last 12 to 24 hours. That's it. Then you're done and you're protected from COVID. Also, if you guys have any questions at all about the vaccine, if you have any questions about COVID in general, what it's like to get COVID, what it's like to be in the ICU, or even in the hospital with COVID, I'm an open book. You can ask me anything you want in the comments down below. I know I mentioned before that I want to do a video on like the current variants of COVID right now and what's going on with COVID in general in the hospital. I don't know if I'm gonna do that video. I haven't really gotten a whole lot of feedback on doing that video. You know, let me know if you're interested in me doing another video with, you know, that has to do with COVID or the vaccine, or if you have any questions regarding the vaccine, you want me to do another informational video on it, just leave comments down below and I will definitely do that kind of a video. Well, I think that'll be it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed watching. I hope that you learned something. I hope that this helped convince you guys to get the vaccine if you haven't yet, or even the booster vaccine. Give this video a like if you liked it because it really helps support my channel, and always remember to be kind to yourself.